Welcome back.
Welcome. I think we got bit by the live bug. What do you think,
What?
Michael?
Oh, yeah. It's
two in a row.
I want to scratch that live itch, man. 2 in a row. We're doing it live. Bill O'Reilly style. That's how we have to do it. Welcome back to Figures Not Included. How you doing, Ned, man?
Doing pretty good. A little tired. Yeah, a lot of things going on here. A lot of pieces moving. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. Hello. Hey, Rowdy Raz, how you doing? Oh, Greg Thickpen's in the house.
Oh,
like to see
Greg.
that. Hello, Mr. Greg. Mr. Greg. I'm old
good
Greg.
Guy, Mr. Greg always takes care of me.
He takes care of you? Your mental health and your physical health, your body?
Most of my toy collection, but yeah, he provides a lot of wisdom.
Oh, okay. Like a Master Splinter type?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, perfect. We all need that Master Splinter in our lives.
We all need that kind of, old wise mentor out there. He's been collecting toys forever. Brian, that's his dad, and Brian tells me all the crazy stories about how he used to go out and collect like all the Power Rangers right when they would come out and like stash carts and stuff like that. So he's a real OG.
Nice, love it. Roland's in the house. Lots of moving pizza. Perhaps too many moving pizza, especially on Spidey's hips. That was okay. Thanks for telling me about Spidey's hips. We'll talk about Spidey in a little bit. Quentin Cyrus, hello, welcome. Yeah, it'll be fun. We have a great guest today. Very excited. I've known him for a few years now, a little bit more than a few years, but we hit it off instantly. Just instant charisma from this gentleman. He's from Bandai Namco. He's also Namcool because he's a pretty cool guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Cavender. Hello.
Oh, thank you.
No, they love you, man. The people absolutely adore you, Justin. How are you doing? Welcome.
I'm still fat, but other than that, I'm good.
Aren't we all?
Bloated, inflamed, and still collecting like
that's how we
young, supple men. Yeah, absolutely.
A couple X's in my clothing. It says like 2 X's
for your comfort. Yeah, 2X. Are you at the 2X level now?
Yeah.
Everybody likes to say it's a young man's world out there. It's nice to say that at least toy collecting, is still an old man's game. So
I know, right? And I'm feeling it too. I got back problems. I got hip. It's talking about Spider-Man's hips. I got bad hips too. Yeah. I need some pills, man. I got
bad spider hips. I know, man. I know.
You bend down to pick up a figure, and just like an involuntary sound comes out of your body. You're getting old.
Oh, little creaky sounds. Yeah. That's been happening to me. I'm about to hit 40 and I'm feeling it in my knees. Like just everything is starting to fall apart, everything hurting. I'm like, oh, this is probably means I'm going to die soon. So, but we're still here. We're still kicking. Right. Yeah. Justin, excited to have you. Happy to have you here to talk about toys. We also got a game later on, so I hope you refresh your memory on Motu toys.
Mikey loves his games.
I do love a good game.
Go through the what do you call that? The obstacle course, Mikey. What do they call it? The gauntlet.
Oh, yeah. The gauntlet. Yeah. Or like guts.
Yeah. Or the physical challenge for all you Double Dare fans out there.
Yeah. There we go. Was there ever like an old game show that you wish you would have been a part of?
Yes. So there was one, I don't remember what it was called, but it was like a video game one. And at the end, you had like this Velcro suit and you ran through the
arcade, Nick Arcade.
And you stuck a bunch of stuff to your helmet.
Yeah, I still remember all that stuff. Yeah, and that one it felt like there was no real way of playing that because it just looked like it made no sense doing those weird green backgrounds final stage games. It was so frustrating to watch. I'm like, no, go right. You're going the wrong way. Because you had to like mirror the image, so you had to do everything opposite. I think. Yeah, that's how that game worked.
No, 100%. And then I think there was a time when I felt like I could have done pretty well on Win Ben Stein's Money. I don't know if you remember that show.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. It might just be hubris, but I thought I would do pretty well on that show.
Well, I always thought I would do really good on what is it called? The American Gladiators.
Sure.
American Gladiators.
Turbo and Nitro, and I always like that assault one where they had to go and pick up the different weapons and try and shoot the bullseye. It's like that tennis ball
gun. I thought I could smoke these, muscle bound, Herculoids.
Meatheads,
I was like, 12 years old or whatever. I was like, I'll take them. I'll take that.
It's such hubris when you're younger. You know, you can take down anyone. I really wanted to do Legends of the Hidden Temple. Speaking of Hidden Temple, so that would have been mine. Like, I felt like I could have done pretty good. Although I think I would have gotten like those guards, those temple guards were pretty scary. Like, they looked intimidating. So I don't know. Maybe I would have peed myself actually on camera. So, yeah, we established a lot of fear. Yeah, a lot of fear when I was younger, but I tried to conquer it. But now I'm here and I'm a man, so sort of. But yeah, man. I want to talk to you, Justin, about like kind of like your collecting history, like how you started to get into the toy game, how it captured you, and kind of where did it all start with you?
Sure. So, I mean, obviously, when I was a kid, I was really big into He-Man and G.I. Joe. And then as I got older, I just kind of put toys away for a while. And then in 1998, I went to my first San Diego Comic-Con, and I just kind of got reminded of how crazy and cool toys were. And at San Diego Comic-Con a couple weeks ago, you and I were talking about the company Resource, and they had a booth, and they were selling like Quake toys, and they had pre-orders for this comic book figure that they were doing called the 10th, and it was prior to Street Fighter coming out. But just having a conversation with them about toys, and here's these grown men that are just so excited about figures and everything and marketing. I thought that was really cool, and I just kind of just with rose tinted glasses walking all around San Diego Comic Con, just becoming obsessed. And I think one of the first figures I got that got me back into toy collecting was that Mandarin Spawn. I don't know if you remember that. Sort of got like this feudal Japan looking vibe going to him, and it was pretty badass. Well, I guess it wasn't Japan. It's a Mandarin Spawn, but
right.
Yeah, it looked really cool. It looked creepy, and that was like the first figure that I got at San Diego Comic-Con, and that's really what started it all for me getting back into toys.
There you go.
There you go. So I pre-ordered these on the spot. It was back when you had to like fill out a slip and everything. It was all done with like the old ka-chink on the card type
thing. Okay.
And they showed everything to get those. Oh yeah, and then there's your Mandarin Spawn right there. Those are they.
That's the one. Is that the old one? That's the first one?
That's the original one. One of my personal favorites. I've always kept mine because it's just, look at this thing, man. This thing's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Yeah,
I think that they did a few versions. The sword's even connected too, right? Like, I never really opened mine.
Like this one has a double-sided one.
Yeah.
So you can make like a huge like spear. It's floating around here.
Awesome. Yeah. Love it.
So that's where it started in '98. Resource booth, and then Mandarin Spawn, and then you were like, I'm off to the races.
Yes, at least for toy collecting, yeah. And then then a year later, Episode 1 came out, right? So then it was getting all the Star Wars figures and having a good time with that, and
Midnight Madness,
toy hunting. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And it was a zoo, right? And so that was a lot of fun.
Oh man, I miss those days. I do miss Midnight Madness, as insane as they were.
Yeah.
You remember that time we went, Michael, with a bunch of people? My sister was there, and they were coming out with the early bird special palette, and everybody was like salivating like a pack of hungry hyenas waiting for the pounce. And they dropped the palette, and my sister just went go, and she just kind of like just like totally like dove on.
She went fully horizontal.
Yeah. And she grabbed them all. There was blood. There was blood felt that day.
That's not a joke, too.
We walked away winners.
Yeah,
thanks to her.
Yeah,
her heroism that day.
Still showing the battle scars.
That's cool though. But it's interesting how there's always some toy that everyone just has to have, like like the Turbo Man doll, right? From the movie. But like from when I was a kid, it was Cabbage Patch Kids. Everyone like freaked out about Cabbage Patch and parents fighting over these things, and you just hear about these brawls. And then Tickle Me Elmo, same thing. People's parents.
Our moms got in a fist fight. Did I tell you that story, Mikey?
I believe it.
No, but
my mom and your mom, they went to the department store to get it for your sister and mine, and it was a madhouse. They fought. They had to fight some old ladies to get them and get them back home. Yeah, it's a crazy story, man.
You need to tell me about that. Look, there she is. Look, I come through for my little brother.
There you go. There she is.
Supporting to this day.
The women in this family, they're warriors, man. When it comes to toys, they'll get it done.
That's rad.
I say, really? My mom got in a fist fight for your Glenn?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, you
They
gotta
had
have,
that-
you gotta have my mom retell you the story, man. It's
I
brutal.
want to hear that. We got to bring her on as our next guest to retell these toy stories,
Yeah,
legendary
I
stories.
mean, the '80s, man, it was a wild time. No,
Yeah,
was
back
like-
then we could just do whatever you wanted.
it's like the Wild West never went away.
The Wild West, exactly. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, mom was an OG.
Now everything's just online, right? So you just go on Amazon and buy it, and a brown box shows up at your door, and you're done.
No.
It's just it feels so it doesn't have the same feeling when you find it in stores. It's like I don't know. There's something that feels so easily transactional about just doing an Amazon pre-order and then getting the box, and it's just sort of this recycle, rinse, and repeat of collecting, which I think it just doesn't make it as fun as it used to be. I still love it, but it just take that whole part of that aspect of like physically going in place, like you did,
Right.
when you first went to San Diego and collecting for years.
Sure. Or the brown box arrives and Ace Ventura just kicked the shit out of the box the whole way to your house, and then you get it, and it just is the box is all mangled and destroyed, and it definitely sucks the wind out of your sails, dude.
Well, you're already in the bad mood then, so you're like, oh, they kind of just ruined it. So yeah, but that whole decade, that whole era, like the 2000s, I thought was like, for me, I mean,
they grew up in that time period, and they were all always talking about how different it is now, and it's just not the same. And there was something about hunting down stuff at the stores, and it was so much. It was like an adventure, Everybody likes to order stuff, and I think that's why still people like to go out to these toy shops and stuff. It's because it's fun to discover something that you walk in on the store and you wouldn't expect it to be there, and suddenly, bam, you see something that just blows your mind, or something you might have been wanting forever and you never have been able to find. And there it is. So I think kids nowadays don't understand that, but it's a pretty big impression it leaves on you. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Rosara stuff you're talking about, Justin, my cousin Ed here was just so big on Rosara. He's the one that really got me into that stuff. He had a whole collection of those Street Fighter figures.
Oh,
they're awesome.
They had player 1, player 2 versions. I think they even did Crash Bandicoot figures, I want to say. They had their hands in a couple pies there.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, they did some Crash Bandicoot figures too. I remember Quake 2, and I remember Crash Bandicoot, and then those 10th figures that you showed, and then Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I think the story went something that they got into making like miniature guitars or something, but they didn't get the licensing squared away, and so it ended up like costing them a lot, and I think that's why they kind of folded.
Oh, that's too bad.
I don't know if that's factual. I could have dreamt that, but I feel that's the story I heard.
Saw it in a dream.
Sure. I think they also did those wooden dinosaur puzzle things. I think they might have had their hand in those too.
Oh, okay.
Where you're kind of recreating the bones of a dinosaur.
Everybody walks a dinosaur.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. One time, because we were trying to find these Resource figures because we never found all of them, I saw a listing on eBay. And we mentioned this story before. I showed, like, oh, look, man, you can get like Vega and Akuma and like someone like Sagat for like $20, And he's like, all right, do it. Let's do it. Let's get him. I'm like, all right, I'll get him. Like, I thought I found a great deal. And so the box arrives. It's like the box was almost like just like this size. Me and like expecting 3 figures in them. And when we open them, they're just these tiny little knockoff versions of these Restars figures.
They literally fell apart when you took them out of the packaging. They like split apart into like 5 pieces, and that was it.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it was really sad.
It was very funny.
I'll go talk to him.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give him 1 for.
Yeah, it was just 20 years ago, but I'm sure they're still around.
You can track them down. I'll wait. Figures. It's fine.
Okay. All right. We're like taken over here. Yeah, I like it. Like a revenge tale. So then you got into collecting. At what point were you like, okay, I feel like this is an area where I would actually want to work in and make my career out of?
Ooh, okay. So that's a big fast forward to 2011, and me and my buddies, Dave and Randy, we started this documentary on what it means to be a geek, and it was called Geek Legacy. And yeah, super cool. We went to San Diego Comic-Con. I was interviewing all these people. And our first interview was with Ob Driver at Dark Horse Comics at the time. And he's wearing this like denim jacket, and he's got all these like buttons all over him, like these pins from different places and people. And we gave him a Geek Legacy pin, and he was very generous with his time. He got us a cool interview with the owner of Dark Horse, and he just gave us a chance. It was like our first shot at doing anything. And I just remember thinking, man, this guy is such a rock star. It turns out he actually was a frontman for a death metal band, which is kind of cool. But
that's pretty awesome.
Just seeing him in his element just really inspired me to really want to be in marketing and PR. And I was like telling Dave, I'm like, man, this guy's got the best job ever. He just gets to go to cons and talk to cool people and meet all sorts of interesting folks. And that would be something I would love to do. And then, fast forward 10 years from there, and I'm already working for Bandai, and he comes over to our booth at New York Comic Con. He's like, "Oh my God, Justin, you guys are killing it! Like, you guys are taking over the floor." And I just like almost start crying because I'm like, "Dude, you're the one that got me on this path. Like, you literally inspired me to do this." And it was so cool to just be able to like hug him and just say thank you for doing this, man. It was so cool.
Oh man.
And I mean, I've had so many horrible jobs, dude. I was a janitor, I was a groundskeeper, I was a maintenance man, I sold used cars, I worked at Target, I worked my way up to being the executive team lead for loss prevention, then I was a store director at Staples, and then eventually, when I'm almost 40, I was 39 when I made the career change into marketing. And
I worked at Staples too.
Did you really? Great. What a fun experience. I was
the print manager, little print area.
Yeah, the print center. Yeah.
That's where I hung out.
No, that's awesome. Our store was ranked like, I don't know, 1050 out of 1100 stores when I started at the company. And then the day I got offered the job was the same day that the new CEO of Staples came to our store to congratulate us because we were now ranked 5th. And so in 18 months, we went from 1050 to 5th. And it was really cool. And I'm having this walk because I literally just got the job. And so I didn't have an ounce of fear in me. I was just walking and talking about our business and how great it was. And then he was like, "Oh, I'm so glad to have you aboard." I'm like, "Well, actually, I'm out for my 2 weeks today."
I'm out.
Yeah, it was just kismet how that all played out. But
yeah, we went from like 100 to like 1,000 after I started working there.
Goodbye.
Oh man, it's an interesting store, man. But I mean, the print center is really like the bread and butter for Staples, right? Because it's almost all profit at the end of the day. It's just paper and ink, right?
It brings a lot of people in there just to do their thing, and it sells off stuff, and you're constantly putting things out. But yeah, it was a lot. It wasn't really what I was looking for. It was kind of like a in between job. I was looking for a new graphic design job, and I just couldn't find it. This was during the recession, and so I ended up just applying there because I couldn't find anything else. And luckily, I got put in the. It took a little while, but I finally got put into the print center, and it was all right, but. I liked to be a little more creative and like work on the computer and design stuff for people. And there it's really just kind of like get this printed out,
right.
In the right type of paper.
Yeah, they send over a file and you basically, it's not quite Control P, but you got to make your own little edits to make it fit and all that stuff. But
yeah,
I could see the blocking of creativity unless you have someone that has no idea what they want, and then you kind of work out their menu for them or their sign or their logo or whatever.
Yeah, but it's all really constrained there. They don't let you. I mean, the programs aren't there. You just got to follow with the real simple kind of little clip art things that they give you.
Yeah,
so, yeah, it was a very different animal. But it got me through some hard times. So I still keep some Staples.
No, I still talk to some Staple folks. So it was a great opportunity, and I really learned from it. And it was interesting going from Target to Staples because Target there's 200 employees, and then at this Staples store it was like under 20. So it was a big difference in just body count in general.
This segment brought to you by Staples. Staples, right. Go get your shit done.
Yeah, well, what I was getting at was ultimately, it took me almost 20 years to land my dream job, and it's a lot of hard work, a lot of energy. I didn't even know what I wanted to do or be until I met Ob, right? And that was still 9 years before this journey took off. So it can take time. Success doesn't happen like overnight, and it was a lot of hard work. And honestly, it's been amazing, absolute dream job. So excited, and I did it at 40, so it's never too late, So.
If you can take something from this, anyone out there is like, it's never too late to follow your dreams.
Right. Right.
True. It's very true.
I don't think so. I mean, you just got to bet on yourself.
And you did. Look where you are now. Head honcho. Right. Man about town.
In 102-degree weather, just dying over here.
Hey, but you got a sweet arcade room, so
yeah. So those are the arcade cabinets. Those are the 1-up arcades. I don't know if you guys have ever
Yeah.
played with those, but
For sure.
the Mortal Kombat one was the first one that I ever got, and it was one of those like holy grails for me. Like I always wanted my own Mortal Kombat machine, right? And
Mhm.
when 1-up announced that, I was like, oh my god, I have to have this. And then wouldn't you know it, my girlfriend, who was now my wife at the time, or excuse me, she's my girlfriend at the time, wife now. She was
she's my wife at the time, girlfriend now.
She was actually like in Florida, seeing her sister play in like college baseball, and it came out. So then I go and I buy it and I set it up, and it's like in our living room. And if she were at home, there's no way it would have been in the living room. But because I had already taken the initiative, she walks in the door. She's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. This is something that little Justin has wanted since he was like 13 years
These
old.
are not the droids you're looking for.
Yeah,
move along. Move along.
This is what you call a non-negotiable. You can have the whole rest of the house, but I get this."
Don't look at it.
Yeah.
I think we've all been there in some way or the other.
Still
Yeah.
there. Still there. That's not much.
They've actually
issue.
fine-tuned it a bit, because this one has like 2 volumes, which is loud and very, very loud. And then now they have it to where it's adjustable to where you can pretty much just have it, really low volume, which is nice. But
Great.
doesn't help me now.
So you're Mortal Kombat guy versus Street Fighter. There's always like two sides of the argument.
Well, I'm kind of it's probably 60-40 with Mortal Kombat in the lead, but
okay.
I had Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo, and I played that religiously. But when I remember going to a 7-Eleven, dude, and they had this little side room that had 2 arcade cabinets, and one was Mortal Kombat. I don't remember what the other one was. Doesn't matter. But I saw this big kid, this high school kid playing, and when I saw him as Sub-Zero rip off like Johnny Cage's head with his spine attached, I was just floored.
I'm in.
Like, 13-year-old Justin just was like blown away that this could happen in a video game. And so I was supposed to be in and out of there, and my dad comes back in. He's like, "What are you doing in here?" I'm like, "Dad, check out this crazy game. This guy's killing everybody." And so then me and my dad are just watching with like our mouths open at this Mortal Kombat game, and I fell in love. I had to have it. So
there it is.
Very nice.
Some nice bonding moments with your dad over bloody video games.
What did you think of the Mortal Kombat movie, the 90s one?
Oh, I loved it. Oh my gosh. Forget about it. Yeah, it's incredible.
Do you think the movie would have been the same if the soundtrack, that opening, theme would have been any different?
Good question.
I always tell people I think that movie would have been a little mediocre if it wasn't for that amazing, theme song.
I think you are 100% correct. It set the mood and the tone, and I was ready to rumble. And what's interesting too is if because it's such a high speed tempo and the music's blaring and it's awesome. When you go home, if you were to go home and play the original Mortal Kombat, it would be like in slow motion. Like the music doesn't fit with the original game because it's just crawls, right? So eventually, when it's sped up, like in Mortal Kombat 3 or whatever, then it makes a little bit more sense music-wise. But that was a banger. Hell of a song.
The problem with the Van Damme, Raul Julia Street Fighter movie, it had no good theme.
No,
a stinker.
Yeah.
They didn't spend enough budget on the music.
Right.
That's the big difference, though. Like the Mortal Kombat movie had like iconic music, right? In the game, not so much. But Street Fighter, iconic video game music. In the movie, not so much. It's sort of like the role reversal there, where Mortal Kombat is like the most popular video game movies.
That's what we need to tell the people that are making the new Street Fighter movie. It's like, whatever you want to do, that's fine. Just make sure the theme is freaking amazing.
You got the music there, man. You got the music. You got the whole template there.
Yeah, you heard like hints of it in the new trailer. There was sort of remnants of it. Which I thought was great. And I saw it was delayed, right? I saw one of the comments here. It was, "Are we excited about it?" And 100%. I can't wait for the new Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah. What do you think of what's his name? Carl Urban.
Well, when I first heard the news, when I first heard the news, I was like, "Isn't he kind of old for that role or whatever?" But seeing him in the trailer, I'm blown away. I'm ready for it, dude.
I like Carl Urban a lot, but I was like, I don't know, he might be a little too old for this one, but man, he nailed it. It was so
1,000%. Yeah, and his Dread movie is so badass. That was like my favorite movie of 2012 or whatever. It was.
I used to tell everybody. I remember I went to watch that movie because I was been a huge fan of the comic and the old even the old Sylvester Stallone movie. But when that movie came out, I went to the theater and watched it, and it blew me away. And I kept telling everybody, "Go watch this movie. Go watch this movie. It's amazing." And nobody went. Nobody wanted to go see it. I'm like, "What are you guys doing?" And then like it kind of flopped. And then, after the fact, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I watched that movie on streaming or whatever. It's amazing." And I'm like, "That's what I told you."
Right.
And unfortunately, we never got the sequel because nobody wanted to support it.
And that was when they were really pushing like 3D all the time. And I think Dread
Yeah.
was one of those 3D movies, and
True.
it was like pulling teeth to see it regular. You're just like, just show me a 2D experience. Why does everything got to be in 3D?
I mean, 3D had like a big sort of, resurgence for 4 or 5 years, and everyone was like, "Get that crap out of here!" No one likes 3D that much,
It's always been like that with 3D, no matter what. The old little blue and red glasses. That was real popular in the '80s, and that disappeared. Then
Jaws
it came
3D.
back. Yeah, then it came back, and everybody was excited. They bought the TVs with the little glasses. That lasted for about 3 minutes, and then people moved on. So we'll see what the next iteration of 3D is going to look like. But I don't know. I don't know if they're ever going to
Smell-o-vision. They got to bring back Smell-o-vision.
I saw a video on Instagram earlier where it was the Wizard of Oz at the Las Vegas Sphere, and
oh my god,
the tornado's going, and there's like leaves hitting people in the face. Like it's like a 5D. It was a 5D experience, not a 4D experience, but a 5D. Yeah, that's a lot of D's, and and it looked intense.
I only do 3D. I do 3Ds, and as Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-ins, and Dines. Okay, that's the only Ds I do. So
we saw Formula One in 4D. That was my first 4D experience movie, and that's like a 2.5 hour movie. And I looked over at Alex, my wife. I'm like, after the first scene, I'm like, "Are you gonna be able to handle this shit for like 2.5 hours?" And when the movie ended, there was just popcorn all over the goddamn place because it was like just a nonstop roller coaster. I don't know how anybody ate a drink.
It feels like that Simpsons clip where they go watch a movie and THX played before, and we're like, "Oh!" Like their teeth explode and then everything, like their head pops off. It's like that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome, man. Well, thanks for giving us your backstory.
Yeah, it took 27 minutes.
No, it's not enough. We need more time to talk about your backstory. There's so much more. It could be. We'll do like a whole episodic to your life tales. But let's get to some.
Cure for insomnia.
This was the childhood years. Then we'll move to preteen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Every time you're on, we'll have you tell a little bit more of your lifelong story
of your tale. Yeah. Okay. Let's move to some hot toy news for the week. There's a question here. So, Justin, have you met Harada, the Tekken creator?
I have not. No. That's from Bandai Namco Entertainment as the video game side of the business. I'm in the toys and collectibles side. We share the same building, but we don't interact with each other too much. I mean, we see each other in the hall and we hang out and eat lunch together and stuff, but their business is like closed doors, like ours is closed doors.
Yeah, it's just the nature of working at a company. I work at a company, and I don't really talk to people at HBO, but we do work on very close levels, and I see them at lunch sometimes in cafeteria. But
friendly. But we don't really.
Inside, and I don't talk to my wife who sits across from me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
I feel you guys.
Got like like tape line that separates the room.
Yeah. The partition between them.
We got a little one of those vinyl curtains, shower curtains that we just kind of hung up.
Yeah, exactly. You only see each other at lunch at the end of the day. So
exactly.
Yeah. There you go. Bandai equals toys, Namco equals games. If you want to see the formula of it. And I think Justin is definitely on the coolest side, the cooler side of the pillow when it comes to Bandai, I would say. Yeah, man. Speaking of the cool side of the pillow, we got to talk about this, man. Gamerverse stuff has just kind of smacked people in the face. Spider-Man is the latest figure announced in the Gamerverse wave. I think I want to ask you first, just like, what is your reaction to people's reaction and the reception to seeing the Spider-Man figure and the instant pre-order sellout of him?
Yeah, so I'm very excited that people are excited for this line. This is something that is just making me all sorts of giddy and crazy. Cyclops was the first one, right? And that was something that I saw just like on an Excel spreadsheet, several months ago, and I was like, "Oh my god, are you serious? Like this is happening? Like X-Men SH Figure Arts just seems like what a time to be alive. Like for me, as someone that loves like 90s X-Men type stuff, but this Spider-Man looks incredible, man. I love the web shield. I love the effect part for like the the ultimate move and everything. That's so badass. Like, and I just love that people are eating this stuff up. As a fan and as a collector, I am super excited for this line. You know, we always joke like Scarface, like don't get high on your own supply, but this is something that I totally can't wait to have in my collection.
He's going sky high with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, to the moon, baby, to the moon and back.
It looks so good, dude. I just love the color. I love the size. It looks like it's straight out of the game. It's awesome.
That's the thing. It's like you're capturing that. I say you just like in general, just like with Bandai, like you specifically, Justin. You're like, no, not me, no. But just like what the company's able to do, what Figure Arts is able to do, is just really capture. And I think people have been wanting this for a long time. It's just a very true to form Capcom style Spider-Man, Cyclops, and then we can get into hypotheticals later, but just some of those really important characters from the games that we've gotten some version from different companies, from Mafex, from Hasbro, that kind of give you the feeling of it, but never true to form. Just the stylistic choices, like making like the sculpt very much in character with that sprite or that animation, that art, the Bengus art, which is cool. I love that Figure Art does do the stylized stuff, because some people, like some other companies, will just kind of go like a generic thing and be like, okay, that works. But to go fully dedicated, it gives me a lot of hope that this is something that Bandai is really committed to. Because now we're, one is like, oh, that's cool. Two is like, okay, and three potentially could be like, okay, now we're really cooking with something.
Oh yeah, 100%. And just to be clear, you two had just as much to do with the Spider-Man figure as I did. I am just along for the ride. I had nothing to do with this figure whatsoever, except celebrating it like you guys are.
Yeah, for sure. Look, here we go. So, like, Doombot, thanks for joining. I've been waiting for this version of Spider-Man before I started collecting. I pre-ordered 2 so far. And what is that kind of thing when and I guess on your side, from the marketing side, right? When you see just that sort of reaction, and like besides being excited, what's that do in terms of how it informs how you carry this further in terms of getting this out to people or just continuing to promote it? What does that do? Like, how does that affect your side of the business?
Sure. So, I mean, for me and my team, we're on the content side of the business. So when we're doing our marketing, we're the ones that do our YouTube channel. We run our social channels. We run like our blogs on our website, and we try to tap into what the audience wants, obviously. And then, but at the same time, there's always going to be good and bad feedback, right? So we read all the comments. So everything that all the comments that you see, like on whether it be on Instamashi or Bandai Collect, our social channel, we read all the comments. So I'll be in bed at like 2 a.m. with this giant light from my phone just shining on my face, going through reading comments before I go to bed.
That can't be good for your mental health.
It's probably not, but I just need to make time to do it, really. And when we can, celebrate the wins, I think that's a good thing. I think it's always important to celebrate the wins. And then when there is feedback, whether it be good or bad, I think it's important to take stock in that and just understand what it is that people want. The thing with collecting is, there's going to be figures that don't interest you, and then there's going to be figures that are thing that you've been waiting for your whole life, right? And I just think it's okay not to get everything. Like you don't need to be one of those episodes of hoarders. It's totally cool to pass on stuff if you don't want it, right? Or if it wasn't what you were looking for, or whatever the case may be. But I do love it when we have a couple bangers in a row, and I think Cyclops. I don't even like Cyclops, but that figure is badass, and you better believe I'm going to get one.
You better believe it. Yeah, that Cyclops is great. Can I ask you, have you been able to handle Cyclops? I know he was on display at Comic-Con. I don't know if you're able to kind of grab it and feel it firsthand.
No, I'm like Dr. Grant in Jurassic Park and break everything I touch. So that was like the only Cyclops like around and in existence, I think, at the time. So I stayed between there was a glass case separating us at all times. I never wanted to touch it.
Yeah, I understand that, but it looked amazing in person. It's just one of the things that when you see in picture, like I just hope it looks just how it is in person as it is in the photos, and it really captured that.
Oh yeah,
those photos for sure.
100%. It pops. It really pops.
In those pictures, they had the little stand-in, the little blank character. Do you know now that Spider-Man was out? Was that kind of like a stand-in for Spider-Man, knowing that this was coming out, or it was just really you had no plans of what was next, so you just put the blank?
Yeah, like the Body Coon or Body Chan, which I don't remember which one it was, but yeah, that was just sort of like a danger room sort of vibe, like where it just looked like a training room.
Yeah, because a lot of theories were like, oh, it's a placeholder for Spider-Man. It kind of looks like, like it could be Spider-Man. People were saying that. So the theory was out there. And now that Spider-Man was the next reveal, everyone was wondering, it's like, well, maybe he just wasn't available at the moment, or it was a tease.
So to my knowledge, no. It was just a stand-in as like a practice round, like in the training simulator type of thing.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of nerd theory.
Yeah. I mean, I like it.
Concrete.
Sure.
What were some of the best nerd theories you heard about Gamerverse?
I haven't heard any.
No theories?
No.
What are your theories? I don't know if you can give those on.
I can't give anything away. I have my list of hypotheticals that I want so.
Justin, can you give us the next reveals in Gamerverse for the next 2 years, please, right now?
I can't do that. I really wish.
What are we doing then?
We're nothing. We're just having a good time talking about toys.
Sit here in silence and be quiet. Look at this picture
like that.
for the next hour.
It's like that meme with Bateman from American Psycho, and he's asking the guy why he can't do it.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. I mean, I am deathly scared to even say what I want to see, only because what if it comes to be? Then it's like, oh, he said. I'm like, no,
like you established, he lied. So he knows everything. No, I think we made it clear, and we'll make it clear again. Justin does not know what's happening on the designs side of Bandai of Tamashii. 100%. So you have no input, like you said, like as much as we do. So then we can talk about the thing that we love to see, because I think there's so much you can do with Gamerverse now, and I think there's a worry just because of all the terror stuff and that situation. Has that had any effect in terms of what you know about like how Bandai is proceeding with things, or is it all like sort of like business as usual?
So, I mean, it's definitely there's a delicate way to say this. So the current administration has created challenges for businesses, and the tariffs are definitely a problem, and it's something that's when they were sort of put on hold, that was a breath of fresh air for a lot of people. But yeah, there are going to be decisions are ultimately made that are much higher pay grade than mine on how things proceed, but as of right now, we're just hoping for the best.
True. Yep, I understand. I think we're all hoping for that. I think a lot of people are seeing this picture and like, can Spider-Man pose like this? That's like the actual, like, is it just a Photoshop? Is it just like, sort of like a stand that they edit out? But it feels like this is going to be a very, like, what I like with figure arts this year, I feel like the figures have just had a higher quality in terms of the plastic, the way they're engineered. And I feel like, I just, for the example of this Guts that I'll get to later, everything I've seen, like he can hold the sword, it's a heavier sword, the arms, have just higher, engineering to them. It feels like this is like a figure that can actually hit the pose and stand there and just kind of, because this is the most iconic Spider-Man pose I can think of when it comes to the video game,
Yeah, no, 100%.
So, yeah. So,
and so Tamashii makes Tamashii stands, right, that support the figures, and they usually have those stands in the photo when it's using them. So I would like to believe that this is very much something that it's able to do.
Mm-hmm. For sure. When they post these photos, do you get to see them beforehand, or do you see them in real time?
Little column A, little column B. It just depends.
Little column A, little column B.
I have a meeting with Tamashii once a week, and we usually go over what's going to be shared, in the coming days, weeks, months, kind of thing. But every once in a while, I'll get a text like from you or something, like saying, "Oh my God, this Spider-Man looks incredible," and I'm like, "What's Spider-Man?" And then I'll hop on the old internet and be like, "Holy smokes, I didn't even know that was a thing." So sometimes you find out before I do, and I work for the company, for crying out loud.
Look at that. That's how things happen. Were you anticipating sort of the reaction to this, to Spider-Man Cyclops, or was it sort of like a 2 for 2 kind of thing? Like, wow, we did it again. Like, people love it.
So I will say that when I saw Cyclops the same time as everybody else. And all I knew at the time was that it was going to be a thing, but I hadn't seen the image of it yet. But when I saw it, I was blown away. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's how you do a Cyclops. This looks incredible." And I knew that there would be a couple of people out there that may or may not have had a problem with it or whatever, but for the most part, the reception was very well. And with Spider-Man, I hadn't seen that one ahead of time either. So I was excited for Gamerverse, and I thought that the fans would really love it as well. And I was hoping that it would resonate with the fans. But I have been fortunate to be able to just go along for the ride when it comes to these figures, and we're all sort of seeing it at the same time, and all just kind of being like, "Whoa, that looks incredible!" So I didn't have any pre-existing like shots to steer me one way or the other.
But you could say that you were ready to take them on a ride.
Yeah,
for Capcom 2.
Yeah,
I went there.
But I think the question is, people are thinking a lot too. Now that we have a second character, it's a Marvel character. And I know this has been a little bit of contention with the Hasbro Marvel Legends Gamerverse ones, is that it's all Marvel. And we're wondering, and I know, Justin, you're not really going to know this, but we're curious, will Bandai be able to deliver the Capcom side of fighters instead of just the Marvel? So that'll be interesting to see in the future if, it'll be like two Marvel, two Capcom, or mix and match, or how's that going to work out? But I'm excited to see what this pantheon is going to turn into. It's exciting.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, it's they got a large roster to play with, right? So that's what's important. But Tamashii has worked with Capcom before, right? We had the Monster Hunter, Monster Arts figures. So, I mean, and now this, of course. So, I think there's always a possibility.
Yeah,
kind of give the people what they want, right?
I hope so.
True.
Yeah. There you go.
So, speaking of Marvel, I thought it'd be fun. We can get into some hypotheticals. Again, this is not any sort of spoilers or anything that Justin's giving us information. This is just sort of our thoughts of stuff that we would like. I'll go first to start us off. I would love to see a Hulk. I've always wanted a very true to scale Capcom style Gamerverse Hulk. I would love to see just, Tamashii is known, Figure Arts is known for playing with scale. You have your smaller figures, your massive figures, you have your great ape, and so to kind of go in those places, see what, that they're capable of. I think Hulk would be a great, great third figure in this wave, in this entry, in this program, whatever it's called. Is it called a wave? Is it called, is there a specific name for it, Justin? The Gamerverse, or just
no? Right now it's just Gamerverse.
It's Gamerverse stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I would love a Hulk, just that head style, like the smart Hulk looking type, the really neon green look, and some angry expressions. That would be my choice for one. And then a Rogue would be up there as well in terms of the females. I would love a Capcom Benga style Rogue for sure. Ed, what about you?
Well, we were just talking. I'd like to see some of the Capcom characters, and my favorite was always Strider. I would love to see a Strider. So if that is a possibility, that would be a fantastic one to go with. I just can imagine it in this style, the way Bandai is handling these. Strider would look fantastic. The other one, and this was kind of interesting because they just released it with Hasbro, is Psylocke. I think that's I like Psylocke as a character, but when she was in the game, I think I fell in love with her even more because she just looked so good in the game. She was so much fun. She was very fluid. And I'd love to see, a much more accurate, version to the artwork from the game. So that would be really awesome to see. When I think Bandai could just knock it out the park. And then probably, and this is a request from any company, I want to see the Sentinel. The Sentinel would be crazy. Just a big hulking, robot. I love Sentinel, so that would be a really cool one to see.
I agree. Those are all good choices.
What about you? Do you have any hypothetical, or you want?
Okay, don't. This is all. This is Justin
conjecture,
talking, right?
hypotheticals. This is not Bandai.
Perfect world.
Justin as a man, not as a corporate entity, as a spokesperson. Yeah,
wasting a genie wish on an action figure kind of thing. I would say Juggernaut would be amazing. Like a giant Juggernaut would be badass. Sabretooth. I mean, I like the big guy. Apocalypse. Those three, I would just. I would throw my money at my computer saying, "Take it, please." But I would love a big Juggernaut, man. I even have that one that Diamond did a couple years ago. I have that one at my desk because I just love how big and hulking those things going.
Yeah,
those
that's a great one. Yeah.
I have them paired up with like a Mezco Cyclops. And I saw in the comments, I had said I don't even like Cyclops. I said that earlier, and CU said, why don't you like him? And yes, the cartoon had a lot to do with it. Some of the comic books, and then he gets on my goddamn nerves. I actually cosplayed as Cyclops one year at
really,
Disney's Oogie Boogie Bash. I did an athleisure Cyclops, and it turned out really, really well. Yeah, it's awesome.
You guys show me that. I want to see that. I want to see your athleisure Cyclops.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and and so I thought, since I hate the guy so much, what if I try and dress up and do my own thing? Maybe it'll find a way to like him a little bit more. And it kind of did enough to make me want to get this Gamerverse character. I'll tell you that right now. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, there you go. Then Roland says the new Hasbro one is a blunt instrument. I don't know. I played with it at Comic-Con and it felt pretty cool. Are you getting any of those the Marvel Legends stuff? Their Gamerverse?
I haven't gotten any. No. The only Legend stuff I've been getting has been anything that like Spider-Verse stuff. I get that, and then I like all the retro carded stuff, whether it be like Spider-Man villains or X-Men.
Yeah,
that's mainly what I do.
Is there any? And I mean, obviously, we probably won't get like a full answer, but I guess like the potential of other Gamerverse stuff, like something from the PlayStation Spider-Man or some other different games. That's something that that could be in not in the works right now, but something that could potentially happen depending on this Gamerverse.
Maybe. I mean, never say never, right? But I mean, if Gamerverse could be used as sort of an umbrella blanket term type thing, to where it just applies at video games, then I would think that something like that's possible. But when you get into the weeds with licensing approvals and things of that nature, it's tough. It's really, really tough.
Right. For me, and this is something I talked to with some friends, and then we can move on. Was I would love to just commit, to like one company, the line, all the Gamerverse stuff. And I feel like that's always been a thing where like either like with Storm collectibles, I know you've collected Storm, you probably collected the Mortal Kombat figure that they never completed any of the Mortal Kombat lines. I think it's some of the fear with the collectors that like. You just don't know how far a company will go in. And I guess that's the nature of this thing, right? That you just don't know. And even then, they probably don't know how long they have a license for or how long they plan on continuing this thing. I guess it's just sort of a wait and see approach.
Yeah, I think that's very much the case. And, you said the word wave earlier, and it got me thinking like, what I like about waves is you can get it all in one shot, right? Whatever. It's 3 characters, 5 characters, 6, whatever. It doesn't matter. But that's what you're getting. When we're releasing one figure at a time, then like you said, there's that uncertainty. Is there going to be more? Or what if this line gets canceled? Or what if no one buys this figure so they don't make the next figure? There is it gets sketch and scary. So it's something to think about. But I mean, so far they've been bangers, right? So we'll just hope and pray for more. But I'm definitely it's always going to be something that people are going to be worried about. And you brought up Storm collectibles and brought up a funny memory. One year, how people always do dumb stuff for April Fools.
Oh yeah.
One year we didn't get to do it. It didn't get approved. But in 2020, we were going to do an Ochoro, and it would be Goro with 8 arms. And post that like on social media. And it was pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie, it turned out pretty great. And
all the great costume ideas, man. All the great love it. Leisure suit Cyclops and Zoro.
It was athleisure Cyclops.
Athleisure. Yeah. Okay.
Turned out pretty good.
Yeah. So okay. Someone says I think most casual collectors don't really care about completing a line. It's almost an insane thing to expect, and that's true. Like with Marvel versus Capcom, there's over 50 characters, right? And so it's just hard to imagine. Like, wow, one company is going to do all 50. Like, all the Marvel, all the Capcom. This is your place to go, and this kind of leads into like the second topic we're going to talk about, which is Storm. That the good thing is that you have a plethora of choices. You can go with Hasbro. You can get some of those. You can go with Figuarts. You can get some of those. Like if you want really dedicated style Gamer vs. Capcom specific characters. Jada, probably a really great example. I don't know if you do any Jada stuff, Justin, but
Dude, they are incredible. Their Street Fighter figures. I love even the boxes are badass. I love the packaging. Yeah, Jada Toys is fantastic. I picked up that Evil Ryu a couple of Comic-Cons ago, and love it.
Yeah, and so like with them, they were like, June came out and said, my plan is like I want to do the whole Street Fighter 2 roster. It had never been done before, which is probably one of the most sought after collections because Soda never got done with it, Rosaris never did it, and Figuarts didn't really. The Figuarts was kind of like doing different versions. They did Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 2. They were kind of going back and forth and teetering. So it was just nice to really get a fully dedicated Street Fighter 2 collection. So I think that's kind of like people love to complete. The era of we are completionist, I guess, by trade when it comes to action figures. So and
then you look at your bank account and you're like, did I really just spend all this money on all these figures? I just look at my list of hypotheticals and just assuming they were $100 price tag, it's like, okay, it's $1,000, and it's like, or I could eat and
ew,
have
it's surprising. It's surprising what collectors will do to continue collecting their line. I mean, I know we get a lot of collectors that are completionists, and they want to complete the line, and then if they miss a figure or they don't have an exclusive or this, it's like like a thorn in their side. It's like really, really intense, And there's other ones like myself. I'm more of a cherry picker. I'll pick the ones I really enjoy, this and that. I'm not super concerned about completing a line, but there are quite a lot of collectors that would love to complete, and I think a lot of them would definitely, if all 50 figures were available, they'd probably buy them all.
Yeah. I mean, 100% correct. I mean, I know that I don't collect everything. I'm a cherry picker, but there are certain waves that I might want to get, right? Like when McFarlane announced that Batman Returns line during WonderCon, I think it was during WonderCon, I was like, holy crap, I have to get all of these, or I'm gonna die if I don't get all these figures. Like, so that will happen every once in a while where I'm just like, oh my god, I gotta get this Shrek. Oh my god, I gotta get this Penguin set. I gotta get all this stupid stuff that is just gonna sit in a box in a closet somewhere, and I'm never gonna see it ever again. But I will know in my mind palace that I have them and whatever. And it's so stupid. It's so stupid, but I feel like I have to have it. So I'm going to have anxiety before it goes up for pre-order. Like, oh my God, am I going to get it? What if I miss out? How much am I going to pay for? Blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, even someone like that's in the toy business, I'm very much like the community. I fall in love with figure lines, and there's certain ones that I just have to get, and I talk to all the different toy companies when we're at these shows, like Dan from Hasbro, we'll be chatting about, Marvel Legends or SHF, whatever. And it's fun to do that stuff. And it's great to know that I'm buying their stuff. They're buying our stuff. It's neat. We're all just collectors in this world. And, but man, it's just every once in a while, something comes out where I'm just like, I feel like that lady in Napoleon Dynamite, when there's like that ship in the bottle and she's like, I want that. Like that's the reaction that I have when I see like an announcement. I'm just like, I want that. I gotta have that. It's so stupid, but it's real.
It's too real. And that's a great segue to one of the first announced exclusives from New York Comic Con. This is the Super Saiyan Gogeta. Can you tell us a little bit about the exclusive?
Yeah, I mean, all I can tell you is what you see right there. It was announced. There's no information on a price. It'll be available at New York Comic Con, and super excited about that. SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Gogeta, and we'll see how that goes.
Very cool, man.
I saw this interesting post about these, that a lot of third-party companies that are kind of have been making this Gogeta figure because it's been very, popular and in demand. And I think a couple companies had just put it that theirs were going to release soon, and then you guys kind of killed them with this release because it just kind of like made. I bet you so many people canceled those pre-orders to go with the legit one, and so I think a lot of people are going to be happy to add this to their collection because he is a pretty popular character. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, there's always, I'm I want everybody to be able to get what they can either have or afford or get their hands on, and so I've always been an advocate for, like reissues and whether it be a repaint or whatever. Some people just want to add that particular figure to their collection. And so I like it when that opportunity arises. A lot of times with event exclusives, they are a figure that had been released before, but they are repainted. They'll have like a pearlescent vibe to them or something like that. And, but it'll give fans an opportunity to get something that is just way out of their price range if they were to buy it, on eBay or something like that.
Right.
So,
Right.
yes, you are correct that there are alternatives out there, but I hope that most people will see this one, fall in love with it, and want to get their hands on this Bandai one.
Yeah, I don't know if we've talked about it, Justin, but where do you fall on the side of should an exclusive only be an exclusive versus should an exclusive be a time thing and then re-released later on to the public, maybe in a different format, a different version, a different color, different accessories, or should it be like the same thing but just later on and give the timed exclusive to people that go to the convention?
Right. So that is a real sticky wicket. I know, like, I've never been like someone. You might be asking the wrong person because I've never really been that guy that has to go first in line to go buy this thing that's an exclusive at a convention. I'm way more tame in that regard. Like, it's neat that it exists, but I've never had to fight tooth and nail to go get something that I want. I've waited in line with people before, but I've never been the one to make the purchase. But I do think that there's something to this formula that Tamashii has been doing where you can get it in hand at the convention first, and then either when San Diego Comic-Con ends, those exclusives go for sale on Premium Bandai, and then they'll just get delivered in like 6 months or something like that. So you do get sort of that in-hand vibe. You're able to own it and have it like 6 months before everyone else. But eventually everyone that wants one can get their hands on one. I do think that is a nice model to have, just so everyone, people that are in Hawaii or Wisconsin or whatever can't go to these cons, they are able to get their hands on them without paying ridiculous aftermarket prices for them.
Right.
So
yeah,
that's kind of where I stand. Where if it's available at the convention first, great. Anyone that wants to get one can get one, or they want to face the lines, whatever. But as long as there's an online option for people that can't attend to get it, then great. And maybe even, fast forward 2 or 3 years, and that figure comes out again as to like mass market or specialty shops or whatever. But maybe it's missing an effect part or something that sets it apart from being an exclusive.
Right. Well, like Stoney Capybara said, they just re-released the SDCC Goku and Baby Gohan set. Like that's a premium Bandai you can get right now and pre-order it. And then after Comic-Con, it was actually in Tamashii stores, and there were chances for people to actually get it. So I think that is always. I like that formula personally. Like I like the idea of like having some sort of accessibility to something that a lot of people really want.
Right.
And for the people that can't logistically make it to New York Comic Con, it's a good alternative.
Right. And then there is, there is that component where people invest in toys and they want to make money off of them. And, I can certainly appreciate, the exclusivity in that you had to be there to get it kind of thing. And, I don't have a problem with that, but I'm also not the guy that's spending the money to get that stuff either. So,
okay. Yep. Totally cool.
The closest thing I ever came to it was like when Disney Shanghai had a Tron ride before Florida had it, right? And they had these Mickey Tron ears that were only available at the Shanghai thing. And I came this close to just buying them from somebody. It's so stupid, but like, and I'm not even like a Tron enthusiast. I just saw it and thought it was cool, and I was like, I kind of want those. And it would have been a total impulse buy if I was there. Then I would have bought it, but it was exclusive to that Disney at the time, and I can respect that, and I understand that, and I know it's a dumb comparison, but that was like the one time where I was not given the opportunity to buy those, and I was irritated by it, and it was just because I couldn't have it that I wanted it. So I mean, I think that's a very human and visceral reaction.
Absolutely. Coveting thy neighbor's Mickey ears. So
I still don't have them either, by the way.
and you're still thinking about it. So you're still
I
ruminating.
am still thinking about it. I'm not even like a Disney adult or anything like that. I just saw them and wanted them. I was like, oh, it was the whole I want that kind of vibe. It's so stupid.
You turn to like a Bilbo Baggins for a little bit,
Yep,
My
100%.
precious.
My precious. Yeah.
Petting it, like
Not
just
Bilbo
kneeling
Baggins.
down and petting my little Mickey ears.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he turns to the Schmeagle. Yeah, but he's cool. And look, and what's also nice too is having an event includes that all people can congregate and go get, and that's also a fun experience of the Comic Cons. Unless like it's insane, but New York Comic Con I think is a little bit more. I don't know if it's more controlled, but there's a lot of like my experience in New York Comic Con has been pretty smooth. So
yeah, no, and New York Comic Con's a good show. I mean, the thing about San Diego is a lot of the attendees are 4-day badge holders, whereas at New York Comic Con, a lot of them are single-day badge holders. So you do get to see different people each day. So your strategy, if you are a consumer that wants to go and get stuff, you'll go bang out the exclusives that you want first thing in the morning, and then you go enjoy the rest of your day. Whereas at San Diego, some people just keep doing it over and over and over again to just keep buying more and more and more. Sounds exhausting.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, I would say like the one word. Yeah, that was me on Comic Con San Diego. I was just I was just all in, man, balls to the wall, trying to get as much as I could. Walking around with bags, trying to ship them out at FedExes and
Speaking of Tron, they had the a vinyl of the new soundtrack for Tron Ares or whatever, and exhibitors were lining up to try and get their hands on them, and like they practically wanted to bring out like a fire hose to shoo everybody away because everyone just tried to get their hands on these LPs, and it's nuts. And I'm like, I couldn't get over it. I was like, this is it. This is that fervor. Everyone's like freaking out over this exclusive. But
there's always something. There's something there. Either like Labubu's or it's
people gotta have their little danglies. Gotta go to the dangly store. And
people love it. There's not enough dangly stores. We need some more dangly stores. Labubu's.
My favorite stores.
Yeah, my favorite store. I just go to every single dangly stores I can find. So I have a whole list.
You're like an ostrich with a shiny object.
Gotta exactly have it. What I am. Gotta have it. Speaking of something I might gotta put in the gotta have it pile, Metal Gear Rex, this Chogokin model piece. It looks so cool, and the fact that you have the new remake out with Snake Eater, perfect timing by you guys at Bandai. Tell me a little bit about this Metal Gear Rex.
Yeah, so the Chogokin line, those are they got a lot of die-cast parts, and they're heavy and beefy, and this thing looks gorgeous. And I'm a sucker for Metal Gear games, man. Like Metal Gear Solid was prior to Dark Souls. Metal Gear Solid was my favorite video game of all time, and just seeing this thing, I was like blown away. And I had seen other versions of this from different companies, and like model kits, and it's cool that this is a figure. You just kind of take it out of the box, start playing with it. Very excited about this. Can't wait.
Really, really awesome. What are the sizes of this one? The dimensions?
They're in millimeters. So it's on the Tamashii website. It should be.
Okay. Yeah, it's 7-inch tall, so it's pretty massive. Yeah, it's super cool. You mentioned
really cool if it was a music box, and when you opened up like Rex's head, it started playing. That would be cool. Playing the Metal Gear theme.
Why aren't you? You should be in the design department too, man. You gotta be living between both worlds if you're gonna be pitching stuff like that.
I know, or you open it up and you hear like the dun dun dun, and then the Colonel yelling Snake.
Exactly.
Died.
Have you played the remaster Snake Eater?
No, not yet. It's on the old to-do list, but man, Metal Gear Solid 3 is story-wise, it's my favorite. I enjoy the hell out of that game, and I think it was absolutely beautiful. And the final battle with Boss was incredible. And when the music's all playing, it had the whole James Bond score thing happening. I remember beating that game at like 2 a.m, and I was just like tears were in my eyes. It was very emotional for me. And holy smokes. And I'm kind of nervous to tap him back into that, like I know it's going to be, it's hard to to recapture that magic. Someone that, like me, that's been playing like World of Warcraft for 20 years, right? Like there was one time where it was a first everything, right? First time going to this city, first time going to this area, this map. And now it's just, I hop on my mount, I go there, I kill what I got to kill, and then I go and I turn in the quest. The magic isn't really there anymore. I still play it, but that sense of wonder is just gone. And I am worried because Snake Eater was so amazing to me. I don't know how I'm going to feel about replaying it. I don't know
going
if I
back
could.
to that world.
Yeah. It sounds stupid, I know, but
no. I think there's something true about like a game having it, because the thing about games is like the experience of it, right? And that's the problem with a lot of movies, adaptations, is that it's hard to capture the experience of playing a game and what that game did for you. Like with Resident Evil or with Metal Gear or Demon Souls or Elden Ring. And those are like very difficult things, and so. To be like, how are you going to match the feel? Like I feel that way about BioShock. Like I remember the feeling of playing BioShock and how I just thought this was the most incredible game ever, and all the twists and turns and everything, and then them doing subsequent sequels and just being like, oh, that's cool, and then replaying it, which is like, it's fun, it's nice, it's like, it's cool to go back into that world, but there's nothing like, you always, you never forget your first time, right?
Yeah,
so,
no, 100%.
So yeah, I get what you're saying. I do want to play though, because it does feel like, sort of like a new game, kind of like with the Final Fantasy VII remake. It was fun to kind of go back into that place, but all retextured and reimagined and redone. Yeah. So
you know how I played that game? I set it on the easiest mode, and I'm just spamming X on the controller to get.
No, Justin, you're better than that.
I was like, no, we're going.
What are you talking about?
We're going story mode. I got nothing to prove, man. I beat all the Souls games, so I feel like that puts me in a different bracket to where it's okay to just go story mode and just pound X.
Because you've already proved yourself.
And I got nothing else to prove. And like this figure right here, I fought to the death on top of this thing once. And I made it. I'm here telling the story.
You're still here telling the story. You're like a war vet, So,
these are the modern tales of war.
I saw some shit.
You weren't there.
Metal Gear, right? You weren't there with Rex.
You don't know what I saw.
You don't know what I saw. Yep. Oh man. What about you, Ed? What's your attachment to Metal Gear?
I wasn't like super like heavy into Metal Gear. I remember playing the first game a lot with your brother, and it was really, really good. And then the only real attachment I have is playing him in Super Smash Brothers. So, beating the crap out of Mario is pretty my Metal Gear.
Yeah, that's the way. It's a good memory. It's a good attachment to Solid Snake for sure. Yeah, this looks really awesome. It looks like a fun thing to play with and build and put together. So, that's well, this one you don't build, right? It's a mix of plastic and die cast. So it's just a
Just take it out of the box, start throwing it in your bathtub, and you got your new rubber ducky. It's amazing. I remember.
Well, batteries are included. I don't know if you want to throw an electronic.
Go for it.
Metal Gear Rex. I'm like, yeah, why not? Sure.
Take a chance.
See what happens.
Dude, that Metal Gear like blew me away. I remember renting it, and I couldn't beat it in the time that it would take to, I had to return it in like the next day or whatever. And then so I went and I bought the game, and then I got stuck on Psycho Mantis, and then I go to a bookstore and find a strategy guide, and that's when I learned I had to take the controller port out of player 1 and put it in player 2 so you can read your mind or whatever. I was like, what the hell? This is the craziest thing ever. And then I got to the point where I could beat the game in one sitting. I just kept playing it over and over and over again. I loved it so much.
Do you have your order preferred, like from top to bottom, your rank of Metal Gear?
Of the Metal Gear games?
Yeah. Before you move on.
I had to put some stock into it, but you're probably 3, then 1, then 5, then 2, then 4.
5. Okay. Yeah. I like 5.
Yeah.
2 and 4. Yeah. 2 is just like, it just didn't. It felt off.
That's the thing about 2, right? Because all of a sudden you're playing that Raiden character. You're like, who the hell is this guy, right? And it was completely different. But after I went back and played it again, I loved it. And I see the comment right there: 2 over 4, like you're crazy, right? Like I'm bad shit crazy. The whole time I'm playing 4, I'm waiting for Snake to die. He's like 200 years old, and I'm just like, I'm gonna hate this game. I didn't even play it right away. I got the PS3 where it was bundled with it, and it was the last one that was backwards compatible for that PS3. And it was like the 80 gig hard drive, and it was backwards compatible with the 1 and 2 PlayStations. And I was so scared to play this game because I thought Snake was gonna die. And I didn't want that to happen. And so the whole time I'm playing it, I'm just so frustrated. And the cutscenes are like 14 hours long. and I wanted the game to be over. And when I thought I beat the game, I had to sit there for like 45 minutes to wait for it to end, and that took me out of it. I literally lost my immersion because of just the overbloated cutscenes.
You weren't for the cinematic experience of 4.
No, I want to play a game. I don't want to watch it.
All right.
That was my attitude at the time.
It makes
But
sense.
Right. Do you think if you went back to revisit it, you would feel the same way?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I wish I mean I'd have to go back and try it, but maybe they can put it on a super easy mode and I can just spam X.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I guess Square. I think Square was your R trigger and Square, yeah.
Really quick, but you mentioned Demon Souls and you played the game. You played Elden Ring, I imagine. You've gone through that. You've done the DLC. I haven't done the DLC yet. So.
No, Shadow of the Erdtree? No. I have it, but I haven't gone down the rabbit hole yet.
Melania just came out. A lot of people love Melania. So probably the most difficult. I mean, definitely
probably
the most difficult.
hate her. You know, it's a love-hate.
Yeah, everyone hates her.
I didn't defeat her until after I'd already beat the game. And I was like, who's the lady on the cover of this game? I haven't even seen her yet. And so I just kept exploring. Then I went down her little dark dungeon area and I finally found her. And it took me about 30 wipes before I finally beat her.
Here's a question from Steve. Hey, Justin, I just got my Millennia figure not too long ago. Any more Elden Ring figures? Also, this Millennia is very different from the standard Dark Souls Elden Ring figure design. Any chance you've discussed a boss line of some sorts?
Dude, okay, so a couple things. I don't know the answer on more figures, but boss lines 100%. I've something I've wanted and I've talked to. I'm like, dude, I've wanted like monster arts of like the Dark Souls bosses, you know, like bigger figures, not SHF, but the monster arts versions of those. And it's something that I have asked for, but they just laughed me out of the office. So I wouldn't hold your breath on that.
Well, why would they though? It's such like, especially Elden Ring, where like now they're making a movie out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it feels like it's such a right property to be like, oh, like it did like amazing sales. It is a Bandai product, right? It's Bandai, yeah. So then it's like it would make sense to be like, oh, that's such a line you can get behind for, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's probably a pretty big business decision, right? You have to make X amount, right, and then you have to sell all of those to make it worthwhile. So putting a number on that and seeing how many people would actually pay for that. I mean, if you're making a big old figure, it's going to be expensive, right? And then when it's expensive, you got to figure out how many you're going to make. And then you got to figure out how many in each territory is going to be willing to buy those things. And it's a lot of ifs and how are we going to do this kind of stuff. And, you know, that's not something that I specialize in. So, I mean, while I would love to have them, it makes sense why sometimes you see those giant Dark Souls figures come from other companies that make one giant statue that costs like $700 or $800 or whatever, right? Because they only have to make, you know, probably 1,000 or less, you know, and sell those all around the world, and then they call it a day. But I mean, I've seen some really incredible statues of the bosses, and I'm always jealous because I don't have one. I mean, if I could turn it into a water fountain and have it in my front yard of, you know, like insert any rando Dark Souls boss, I would do it right now. But
well, put down me and Mikey down, right, Mikey? We'll buy them.
Right. Yeah,
I'm right there with you on the Bloodborne
right here between us. So.
yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just got to make, you know, business sense. Like how many people are going to buy those? What's going to be priced at? And you know, the minimum order quantity, I guess, might be a factor.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it just feels like there's going to be this whole, you know, focus with the movie coming out. And, you know, my feeling is like that could be like the next Lord of the Rings kind of thing. Like that, I think it has that kind of power, you know, like the next Game of Thrones. Like it just has a fantastical element to it. And someone like Alex Garland that's going to be writing and directing it, who's a big fan of the games as well. It's, you know, it just feels like one of the properties that's going to blow up. But I understand the idea of like how, like the risk aversion of dedicating so many resources to something that you don't know what the return could be with making giant figures, you know?
Right.
So,
yeah. I mean, it's been done, right? I mean, there was One Piece had the giant SHF. Dragon Ball has a giant SHF. So, I mean, there have been these figures, but I don't know. It's a big realm of uncertainty.
Totally understand.
And I am curious about the movie, the Elden Ring movie. You know, you mentioned it, you know, because there's so much lore that's just sort of buried so deep in those games. You know, Dark Souls is my favorite game of all time now, and I learn something new every day. Like I watch a ton of like YouTube videos on Dark Souls lore, and I'm just like, I had no idea. And this is a game that I love and beat. And I mean, I'm not like a speed runner by any stretch of the imagination. Like my fastest run is for Dark Souls, I think, is like 4 hours and 36 minutes or something like that, and that's killing every
Okay.
boss. People beat the game in like under 20. So I mean,
Yeah, it's insane.
that's super impressive. But me
Right.
personally, my first playthrough was a 60-hour playthrough, and now I can get it down to under 5 hours, which is
Right.
cool for me. But
yeah, so that I see. So I guess there's one to make would be Radon, right? That would be the one that makes the most sense for an Elden Ring line. So yeah, man, we'll see. Like hopefully, like people buy, like what's out there right now with Elden Ring. So they go get Millennia. How's the reception? I know she just came out, so it's probably hard to tell like how people are receiving it, but it seems like people are generally happy. She looks impressive. She's huge. So
yeah, in fact, she was one where I think the concept was first introduced when I met you at the Tamashii Nation's anniversary, the 15-year anniversary at Grand Central Terminal. Yeah, I think that's when she first sort of made an appearance. So that was really cool. At least like a photograph of her. I don't think it was a actual figure. I think she made her figure appearance was, I think, at the Tamashii Nation event in Japan in 2023. But yeah, I mean, the character looks fantastic. So I mean, so far, I would imagine that everyone's happy, but I haven't kept my ear to the ground on that one.
I think that you are her. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm getting.
Yeah. Absolutely, you have to. I think it kind of also illustrates like the process, right, of how long it takes to go from concept to the actual production of a figure. Because you mentioned that was years. Was like 4 years ago or something like that, 3 or 4 years ago.
It's funny how that works, right? Like I remember one time Tamashii Nations posted on their Instamashi a timeline of basically like a design of how it works, like from pen to paper, and then R&D, and then testing and approvals, and it's well over a year from the time it takes to sketch it out and then have it on a shelf.
Yeah,
it's nuts
for sure. No,
and that's assuming that everything goes to plan, right? Because you make something, and then whoever the license holder is, has to approve it, and then assuming that you can make it, does it even work? How do you handle the articulation and all that stuff? It's all way above me, but I just sort of picture a couple of guys in like a clean room with wearing all white in like a 1960s futuristic movie, playing with a figure. But yeah, it's interesting to see how that all plays out, and that's all like closed door stuff. It's all top secret, trade secret type things on how that stuff works. So.
100%. So you said thank you for making Millennia. You have the Figma Lady of the Astral Tower. This shit is amazing. Swap the legs to have the pose on the throne.
Oh man, I don't have any Figma stuff.
No. Okay. There's some cool stuff, Figma. I have their Solid Snake. I'm looking forward to the reissue that they kind of fixed up the fake. The other one's kind of funky. So
yeah, they did Bloodborne figures, right? Didn't they do the Hunter? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, they did. So cool, man. Awesome. And last thing we'll talk about before we get to our game, and then we've been talking so much, time has flown by. We're talking about Street Fighter. We're talking about different lines you can collect. We're talking about Jada. We're talking about Storm. We got to mention the Street Fighter Alpha 3 Charlie Nash from Storm Arena out for pre-order. Have you gone into Storm Arena at all, Justin?
I have not, no. They look really cool, though.
Yeah, you're $30 a pop for the figure. These are basically Storm collectibles, but just 6-inch form. I mean, I had the Ryu, and he feels fantastic. Waiting on the Ken, and this is already the 5th figure that they've shown off, and fully completed figure. They've shown Sagat, they've shown Dan. Now they got Charlie. And here's his flash kick. It looks really great. This is perfect because he's also one of my characters I use for Marvel vs. Capcom and X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Brings the glasses, and he's up for pre-order right now. It's very exciting to be like in this era of like getting these kind of toys, these kind of characters that I've wanted forever.
Yeah.
With you guys doing your Gamerverse stuff, and then Storm Arena getting in the game, and then Jada's been killing it. It's a real golden era for video game figures for sure.
Oh, dude, 100%. When so we used to distribute Storm collectibles, and right at the end there, they really figured out the effect parts. Like with the Mortal Kombat stuff, I was starting to get blown away with the fatalities that they were including with the figures. I thought that was so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, those. I mean, I was the Bluefin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
remember. Yeah, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize. Just
No,
the
you
effect
don't.
parts, like they were really
Never.
going to town with like blood splatter effects, and even like that flip kick thing that the guy was just doing. That same sort of
Yeah.
the swoosh that happens with the plastic. It looks really, really cool. So
Yeah, they kind. I love just like how they designed also the vest too on this, and Roland was saying the vest cuff that integrated into the chest. Yeah, so you see like the actual butterfly joint here, and that whole thing looks like it moves with the puffer jacket. That looks really cool. It's like a floating piece as well. Yeah, this one looks like maybe their best one yet. But yeah, it's cool, man. It just gets me so excited to see like what else is on the horizon. I'm excited for this, and then what else you guys can make, or like what they're making, what Figure Arts is doing. It's a pretty beautiful time to live in when it comes to video game figures. So
I have a Storm Doomsday and Bane figure just out of reach over here from when they were doing the whatever that game was.
Injustice, right?
Injustice, yeah.
I think they announced the third one, or it's rumored.
Oh yeah, I don't know,
but
they always paired good with like McFarlane figures because they're also giant. Those are like 7-inch figures or whatever.
Big hunk of plastic.
Yeah,
with those McFarlane figures.
This guy.
Oh yeah, God, I don't know if you can see on my camera, but I have one of those on the ground over here.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Let's see. I can bring you up.
Know if you can. Right next to my fingers on it, right there. That's
okay.
right there.
Computer enhance.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, the Storm stuff is cool. I remember Bluefin because there was a sale that happened, and me and my buddy were like talking on the phone, and then we are like, "Oh, dude, like I think the turtle figures are on sale," and I think I got the whole set of turtles for like $100 or something.
Yeah, we did. It was called the TMNTTTTT sale, and it was like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, total tubular Taco Tuesday like sale or something like that.
Yeah, it was perfect. I loved it.
Yeah,
those are still my favorite cartoon turtles by far.
Oh yeah, it turned out great. They were like $30 a piece, I think. But if you bought them all, you got them for like 100 and something. Like 100. Yeah. I think it was like a deal where it was like they were $30 a piece, but then if you bought all of them, it was like $100. It was crazy. Yeah, that was we were literally just sitting around and just adding how many words with T could we add to that promotion?
You figured it out, man.
Yeah,
I love some good alliteration. What about you, Ed? How are you feeling about Storm Marina, Charlie? I know you love Charlie. You love your Street Fighter figures.
I love them all, for me, it's just, being able to get these, I haven't pulled the trigger on any of them yet, but I'm definitely going to pick them up when I get a chance to, I kind of went in on the 8-inch line. So I have several of those. So I'm probably going to complete that line anyway. Cause even though they're doing the 6-inch ones and I have all the Jada ones. So, but like I said, I've been collecting Street Fighter figures forever. I got the Rheosaurus ones. I've got, the SH figure. I got like every iteration that's come out. So I'll probably pick those up as well. Just I haven't gotten the chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you want to pick up your Jada stuff and Street Fighter stuff, you can go to Hidden Temple Toy. Just one angry dragon.
So angry.
Just really wants his toys. All right, we got a game to play.
Sweet.
I like being a game master. I had asked you, Justin, what were some of your favorite figures? Well, your favorite line. You had mentioned Motu. You're a big Motu collector back in the day.
Yeah, when I was like 5.
Okay, well, even better. You're not 5. You're older than 5.
40 years ago.
Okay, well, you still look great. You look super young and handsome and sharp and supple. That. So we're gonna test your knowledge on Motu figures. Okay. So this is a game everyone can play. I will post the link in the chat so everyone can play along. Ed, I think you can click that one as well if you want to play. So
I want to play.
Yeah, looks like play. So I'm going to show you a series of photos. of different Motu figures, just specifically Motu figures from back in the day. And then you just have to tell me who that is. And a little game.
Do I have to click on this link too, or no?
No, we're going to play just you and me here, and everyone else can play. The name of the game is called He That Man? He That Man. So that's the name of the game, He That Man. So who that man? Yeah, exactly. So that's the style of the game. So we'll wait for everyone to join in. Play along. Maybe you'll get a prize. Who knows? That depends on what the man upstairs says. But yeah, it'll be a fun little game. So I'm talking about you, but sure.
Oh,
So, yeah. I guess that technically is the man upstairs, right? Yeah. Oh, what's the last time you actually got into Motu? Do you collect any Motu now?
No. When I turned 40, I got a really cool gift of a He-Man, like a 1/6 scale He-Man. That was the last He-Man thing I ever got. Oh, you know what? I take that back. Someone also gave me a Hordak. Hordak is my favorite villain in like all of like pop culture. The guy is like sinister. He's got child slavery, burns books. He's just a bad dude. So
He is a bad guy. Absolutely bad guy.
I was a fan of Hordak. He was my favorite. And when Mattel reissued or started re-releasing all these He-Man figures, Hordak found his way into my home. But that would be the last one since I was a child.
Right. Got it.
There's like the way he sounded like a pug, like he's got some sort of like nasal problem.
Yeah.
I always thought that was so funny.
Yeah, he's just a bad dude, man. Something about him always made me laugh.
Oh man, I got really into Motu with 2000X. That was my era, really, of Motu.
Oh yeah,
those whole 4 horsemen sculpted Motu stuff looked great. I don't know if you got to see the Mondo 112 Motu stuff. It looks amazing.
No, I haven't seen it.
They had them at Comic-Con, and they had some really, really awesome looking. Like they look like they're gonna go all in with that kind of stuff. So
I like that.
Yeah,
Mondo's doing the King of the Hill figures, right? Is that what I heard?
I think so. Yeah, they're doing like Rocco's. They're doing like all like the 90s, 2000 cartoons. So
can't wait.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, I love the Mondo stuff. They're really cool. Ed's a huge Mondo head with X-Men.
I do. I even have a 1/6 Hordak.
Oh, see, there's your water fountain right there.
Exactly. All right. Are you in the game, Ed?
I am. Okay,
we're gonna play the game. I think we got a good amount of people
I'm
there.
Undercover, so no one knows.
Yeah, I think I know who you are. So I can already tell. Okay. Hope everyone's in. And Justin, I'm going to show you the questions. We'll let the timer go so everyone else can answer. And then after the timer's done, you give your answer. Okay?
Okay. Wait for the timer to end before I answer.
Yes, exactly. Because everyone else has to answer, and we don't want to get the answer before everyone else gets it.
I'm sure I'll be wrong.
I'm sure you're wrong. All right. Well, let's play the game. I'm so schlocky with my game stuff. It's my favorite. Here we go.
A little overboard, maybe.
Maybe a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. We'll start off with an easy one for you, Justin. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Here we go. Question 1. I don't know if you can see it here. Let me pull it up for you.
How do you answer?
There's a button. There's a multiple choice. Here you go. Justin, who that man? Is it A, Skullman, B, Skeletor, C, Skelefella, or D, Bonar?
It is Skeletor.
Bonar.
Skeletor.
Mikey, I think that's going to be your name if you're in the
Bonar?
Your He-Man character is Bonar.
All right, that's fair. I'll take it. Great job, Justin. See, look, you're 1 for 1.
All right.
Let's see who's on top of the leaderboard. It's Yum Yum, Ingold, KJ, Biscuit, and Dingle. And then I'm not playing, but Yum Yum and Ingold are tied for first. Question 2. Let's pull up everyone here. Justin, who that man?
Can I
Is
answer
it
now?
A, tri-face, B, multi-face, C, many faces, or D, many feces?
It's Manny Face.
That's correct. Yes. I like many feces. That would have been my choice. So.
That would have been good if it was like a monkey.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. In the leaderboard is Yum Yum first place. KJ is actually first place. Yum Yum second. Dingle third. Let's move on. Question 3. Justin, I'm going to ask you who that woman? Who that woman? Is it A, Tila, B, Tesla, C, Talia, or D, Twi'lek?
It is A, Tila.
Yes, it is. Tila.
Talia.
Talia. Something happened here.
Oh, you blew it up.
Question. I think I blew it. Did I blow it up?
You blew it up.
Let's see leaderboards. Nothing's. Hold on.
I think it said Tesla is the right answer instead of Tila.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Hold on.
What, Michael?
That's a user error. Why did it do that? I just beefed it.
You beefed.
That's what you call a beef, you know?
That's
yeah.
a fail
Sorry
for
about
you.
that. I should. Yeah.
You lose, Michael.
I lose everything. Wow.
Everybody wins. Everyone gets a prize.
Okay. Well, everyone gets a prize. Now I gotta. Sorry about
Not
that,
your pocket,
man.
Michael.
Oh, everyone gets money now?
Yep, right from your wallet. That's your goof.
That's my gooch?
You gotta pay out, yeah. You know, like the lottery when they don't want to pay and then like they get sued, so they gotta pay everybody, even if there was a glitch.
Oh no, yeah, I did have something else. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah,
I want my
let's
points,
go back.
Especially in the Philippines.
You're all
they
gonna
have-
get your points. I'm gonna go back. I'm going back. We're going back. Okay. We're going back to that question. I think everyone's still in the game. So if you're still in the website, still stick around. We're going back to Tesla. For me, it's Tesla.
Everyone canceled.
Oh no, I am not a Reaches Philbin. I really thought I was. So there's 4. Okay, here we go. 5 player. I think it was 5 player last time. Okay, so we're going back. I think I got it this time. So yeah, who that woman? I think we all know who it is. So
I already answered this question.
Yeah, but it's a good re-answer. I think the answer, like it's okay now. It's okay.
Hey, Tila.
No, it won't let you.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's letting you? Not saying that it's Tesla again.
No, it's not. It's Tila.
That should be good. It looks right.
It says Tesla on mine. Whatever. It's
not
rigged.
showing points.
Like you rigged the game.
I rigged the game. All right, let's move on. This is question 4. We got limited time. Okay, who that man?
He's my favorite man. I love this
Okay,
man.
is it A, Mechanic, D, Neckcore, 3, Neckstender, or D, really should be D, Stretch Neck?
What is it? Enlarger.
It was Mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, nailed it. Okay, here we go. Okay, now we're playing KJ, Dingle, Yum Yum. Those are your 3. Sorry I beat it for everyone else. I think we're okay now if you're playing. Voter fraud. Yeah, probably. I know.
Going on.
Okay, question 5. We got 12 questions. Moving along. You just kind of mentioned them, so you know. Hey, look, who that man? Let's find out. We got A,
man.
Ordek, B, Hordak, C, Doorhack, or D, Hordor.
That is gonna be B at Hordak.
That is correct. Everyone got that one right. Got KJ, Dingle, Yum Yum, Biscuit, and Ingold. Okay, question 6. I think this is the last of the easy ones. We'll see.
Oh, this is got an adult name.
Who that man?
Mikey. That's what they call Mike in high school.
A, Handyman, B, Punchor, C, Fisticuffs, or D, Fisto?
It is D, Fisto.
Oh, okay, we got the wrong answers there. He knows that KJ's in the lead. Right behind him is Dingle. Okay, question 7. I think this is where we change the music.
The boss battle.
Yeah. This is where it gets serious. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, do it. Question 7.
Ain't gonna be no fisting tonight.
Who that man? Is it A,
This was
Stinky,
mine in high school.
B, Skunkor, C, Stinkor, or D, Stunkor?
Oh shit, is he Stinkor? Yeah, I think he's Stinkor. Yeah.
There you go, Stinkor. So yeah. So since we're showing everything, you definitely want to answer in the 10-second frame. So.
Oh, I thought you said to wait till the time was up before I answered.
Well, I think 'cause, like I'm trying to show it on screen as well. Where we're doing it,
Okay.
it's a whole mess. I messed everything.
Well, I'm
up,
getting them all right. But, yeah,
you are getting
okay.
them all right. Yeah.
So okay, when there's 2 seconds to go, I'll say the answer. How about that?
There you go. There you go. Okay. Question 8. Who that man? Is it A, Leech, B, Leechor, C, Leech Face, or D, Paraleech?
Is it Leech? Or it just might be Leech. It's one of the two. A or B. It's A. Okay.
Leech.
That one I technically got wrong. So I would have said
That one
Leech
you did
or-
get wrong. That one you did get wrong. Yes, you absolutely did get wrong. So I'm going to put you as a lose for that one.
Okay.
Let's see who got it
one of
right,
those
though.
two. Yeah.
Yeah. I threw it off. Oh, KJ is in the lead. I think Dingle missed that one.
Yeah, I did. I mean,
Oh,
he did.
Dingle! He's
I said
revealed
he did. I
himself.
said he did.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. We got a few more questions to go. Let's see what we got here. Question 9. Who that man?
Who that man is?
Who that man? Is it A, Voltac, B, Evil Robot, C, Calyx, or D, Dragstore?
I have no idea. We'll say Voltac.
Dragstore!
I've never seen that guy before in my life.
Oh, man. So you're... Okay, KJ and Dingle still playing for the top spot. Yum
right.
Yum behind and Biscuit there.
Yeah, biscuit.
Quiz. Question 10. Who that man?
Is this another robot guy?
The robot guy. Who that man? Is it A, Extendar, B, Metallor, C, General Sunder, or D, Extendo?
I have no idea. Extendar. Never heard of him.
Extendar. Did you know that one?
No, hell no. Doesn't even look like a He-Man guy to me.
It's a He-Man guy. These are all He-Man toys on old vintage cards. I saw them. I verified. We verified with everyone here. Okay. Got 2 more questions. KJ, Dingle, Yum Yum.
It's like a bootleg swap meet figure.
Who that man, Justin?
What is that? That's the Tootsie Pop owl in the commercial.
Is it Twistoid, Twistar, Multibot, or Trio?
No, Twistar.
Oh, man.
Incorrect. Twistoid.
Oh, I've never seen that guy before either.
Me neither, but it's legit. It's legit.
Shenanigans.
That one was new to me. That one was definitely new.
KJ and Dingle are tied for the lead, so this will be the decisive. This one you have to type in. Everyone watching and playing, you do have to type this one in. So get your keyboards ready. Get your keyboards ready. Justin, you don't have to type anything.
Okay.
Here we go. Question 12. Who that man?
Can't even see that man.
I'll show you that man soon.
Oh.
You got
I
20
have
seconds for this one. Who that man? This is still He-Man, but it's not
Are you
Motu.
sure?
Who that man?
Shenanigans.
Who that man? Give me some guesses.
This is nobody.
This is nobody. I want to show. I want you to give me your best guess.
I've never seen that thing.
I have never seen it before either. Garbage Man.
Someone got it.
Really? What is it?
Well, someone put Mechanic, aka Rod Stewart. That was not one of the acceptable choices. B. Someone put Dongo. No Cludar. That's really like no Cludar. That's a great one. But the correct answer was Butthead.
Really?
Butthead. Oh my god.
Yes.
Never seen.
Who got it? Oh, I guess I did.
Get out of here. This game is rigged. Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I don't make easy games. I know I started off like, oh, this is gonna be super simple, and then it got incredibly difficult.
They got weird.
Yeah, it did get weird.
Yeah, super weird. Yeah, it did get very weird. We got weird. I like getting weird with you guys. So KJ is a big winner. Dingle, you were right there.
He did a good job, whoever that dingle was.
Good job, KJ. Maybe we'll find something fun to send your way. So I thought you knew more Mochi than that, Justin.
Yeah, well,
Maybe when he was 5, Michael.
Yeah. That was a long game. I'm more of a sprinter.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, this is a marathon type of game, you know.
Yeah.
How to control yourself. But thanks for playing, everyone. Yeah. That's right. KJ wins a colonoscopy.
Should do it at home. Send away for the kit.
Hey man.
Yeah. Me and Ed will do it for you.
Now you're talking.
That's what we do. At the hidden
Pound the X
guarantee.
button on the
It's not included on that one.
Colonoscopy is not included. So, what is included are some new figures with new figure smell.
Love that new figure smell.
I keep doing my radio voice for some reason. I don't know why.
Love it.
Ed, what do you got today on new fig smell?
Well, I got a couple of fun things to show off. Very excited for this one. You know, if you know me, you know probably why. But I've been really wanting the female Titan. This thing is awesome. I always liked it in the show. I thought it was really fun, and I finally got to get her. She's super cool. You know, it was a funny story about these. My buddy was having an argument with his ex-wife at his house one day, and he had the other Titans sitting around there. You know, the what's the last one that came out? The Attack Titan and the other one, the Armor Titan or whatever it's called. Anyway, she's like, I can't talk to you right now with that naked creature sitting there staring at me. And he was like, no, it's not naked. It's like one of those anatomy creatures that you get to see where the muscles are. But anyway, yeah, I mean, really fun, super posable, and you can learn anatomy as you know.
It's educational.
It's an educational toy.
Yeah, and also it's an argument diffuser. So
exactly, it really helps during those
trying times.
Heated arguments.
Really, exactly.
And then this is a figure I've been really wanting to get. We mentioned Figma figures earlier, but this has been one of my favorite shows. Delicious in Dungeon. This is Laios. I mean, if you haven't watched this show, I suggest you log in Netflix, look it up, watch it. It's such a funny show. It's such a good show. It's kind of like this really funny dungeon crawler. But you know, it's all about like eating creatures that you find in the dungeon to survive. I mean, I can't wait to get this figure out and play with it. But super, super fun anime, super great figure. You know, Figma, they do a good job. So definitely excited to get that one.
It's a great one.
That's me, Michael. What about you?
Oh man, well I got something, and we were talking about Bandai. I figured maybe I show one of my recent pickups that is a Bandai product, a Figure Arts one. I was a little disappointed with the first version. Second one a little better, but I think this is the best version so far of Guts over here. I think he looks spectacular. I love this version. This is the Band of the Hawk style. I think. I'm imagining most people are used to this sort of look for Guts, but also like obviously like the Berserker armor. But I think this is cool. I love the way this looks. I love the knee articulation. Let me take all his little wraps off. The knee articulation is great because it looks like a single, but then it's actually engineered to be a double. It's all hidden inside the design of the figure, so it's super smooth. It looks great. I just love that. You know, they could have gone the easy way with it and just done a sort of style where it's like, oh, we'll just kind of like redo something we've done before and you know, keep it pretty status quo style. But yeah, I think overall people are like, yeah, this is the best sort of Guts figure by consensus. I would say he looks great. He feels great. He can hold the sword, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, KJ definitely moves really good. Double jointed elbows, all the traditional stuff. The shoulder pads can shift around a little bit. It looks up and looks down. All your basic needs, and he can hold the sword, and that's the most important thing. So, yeah, Guts for me is on my new fig smell, and he's excellent.
Nice.
Yeah, what do you got, Justin?
I don't have a new figure per se. Hold please. I got a new vehicle, and I got the Ninja Turtles Party Wagon.
Hey,
and it's not opened yet because it's for my kid. So I'm sort of growing a Ninja Turtle collection for him. He doesn't know it yet. He doesn't even know what Ninja Turtles are yet, and I hope that he loves them, because if he don't, then I just got to find a new home for all my turtle stuff.
Or for your child.
Yeah. The idea was, assuming that he loved Ninja Turtles when he got older, he would have, let's say he has a pretty gnarly day at school and he comes home, he's all sad, then he's going to have like this massive collection of Ninja Turtle stuff waiting for him. Or maybe that he did something really awesome and I wanted to celebrate that with a really cool Ninja Turtle collection. So
great, man.
We'll see how it all plays out. But yeah, for the last couple of years, I've just been stockpiling a bunch of cool Ninja Turtle stuff. So he'll have, assuming he likes Ninja Turtles like I did when I was a kid, then he'll love it all. But if not, I'll have to go a different route. We'll see how it all plays out. But in the meantime, he's going to have quite a Ninja Turtle collection waiting for him if and when he is ready.
I love it.
Fantastic.
What was your first Ninja Turtle toy memory? Do you have one?
I remember I got Michelangelo and Raphael right away, but then some of the turtles were harder to get at the time. And then I got a Donatello, and then I had to wait until my birthday to get a Leonardo. And I remember when I got it, yeah. So I was only rocking 3 for a while. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I had to wait until the birthday. But yeah, I had so many Ninja Turtles, man. And then they kind of went that He-Man route where they just kind of kept making just rando figures, and you just had to keep getting all kinds of weird stuff. But
yeah, what's crazy, those rando ones at the end especially are worth ridiculous money.
Oh yeah,
like, I think from the original toy line, if you had Scratch the cat, which is like a cat that like broke out of prison, he's got his little prison outfit going on. The thing on card is like $4,000 or something.
Oh
crazy.
My gosh,
yeah,
it's wild.
Yeah, that is nuts. I always had a hard time standing up those Ninja Turtle figures. A lot of them had their backs to the wall because I just couldn't figure out how to pose.
Because they all had that one little foot that they only like had the 2 toes on, and then the heel was up in the air.
Yeah,
and that always caused the balance problems. I always liked the ones that had the 2 flat feet. And boom, perfect stance.
Yeah,
that little lifted toe thing they were doing didn't help.
Yep, I just I made them. Their sewer was Castle Grayskull for me, and they just had their backs up against the wall.
I feel like
that was cool.
That works.
I remember I had the sewer playset, and I kept that thing together for years, just lugging it around because I thought it was really cool. And I thought one day, I'd give it to my kids. And then I did. I set it up for them. I gave them a box of turtles. And they just they thought it was more fun to just take it apart and lose all the pieces. Like, they weren't really interested in playing in the playset. They just wanted to take it apart. And I remember going through their toy room and just kind of digging around, trying to find all my pieces to the thing. I found like 90% of them, but there's still some that who knows what happened to them.
Oh man, that's so sad.
Yeah,
I love play. We're all 80s kids, right? So we had really cool play sets back then, and I miss those days. It's neat that they're bringing them all back. I think I saw the sewer set go up on Amazon a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, I would love to get. I think it's rumored that McFarlane's going to do a re-release of the animated series Batcave.
Oh,
the Bat computer and everything, and I missed out the first time on that. So I feel like that's a really important. That's up there with having a TMNT party wagon for me, at least. Having cool. Something like that iconic. So. I miss play sets, but they're kind of you can find different ways now. There's so many different customizers and dio makers out there that you can we can still get that kind of thing, so but yeah, the cheap days of getting those is so far gone, but yeah. You guys have any vintage stuff you want to go over?
Not particular. Well, I did have the one we showed earlier.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of
the yellowing.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's a little
Beautiful.
yellowing entry
This
right
was a
there.
fun time to collect toys. I was really heavy into Spawn. I loved Image Comics. Spawn was, one of the big ones, and I enjoyed hunting down Spawn figures for the longest of times. I think really he just kind of stopped doing Spawn, and he kind of got caught up doing like the sports figures, and then like he started doing video game figures, and that was like that lull until he came back with the DC license. But man, yeah, that like early 2000s Spawn figures were so much fun to collect.
Yeah, there's some really cool ones, man. I like the
Stop
one
playing with
where-
that toy, Michael.
I love it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to put his hands together.
Nobody, you got time after the show to do that.
I know. It's like one of the things. Like, stop making great products then. All right. So it's not my fault. Yeah.
I have a vintage one of sorts. My
Ooh.
very first purchase of on eBay, actually, it was a Metal Gear figure. It was Vulcan Raven.
Yes.
I couldn't find this guy in the store ever. I was able to get all of them except for him, and then so I went on eBay. Look, there's even some 1998 dust on there. Look at how that's authentic dirt from 1998.
That's how you know it's vintage.
But yeah, so then I could never find him, and I made an account on eBay, and I had to make a PayPal account and all that stuff, and I got it, and I was so excited, and then literally a week later, I go into a store. And I find another one, so I just bought the second one to open, and still have it. Yeah.
Oh
That's
man.
awesome. Yeah,
Those
I
are
was
great,
like,
man.
yeah, I spent like $70 on this one at the time just because you couldn't get them anywhere, and then sure enough, just patience, right? That's what they teach you sometimes.
That's
Yeah,
how it
man. Yeah, it's like when that FOMO hits, it hits so hard.
Yeah,
And how do you let's control it?
No, and so and it was my favorite game, so it just made. I was like, whatever, it's my favorite game. I'll do it. I'm gonna pull the trigger. I'm gonna buy this ridiculous toy for $70.
There you go. But hey, the happiness it brings you to finally have it, you can't put a price on that. Well, I guess
$70.
$70 on it.
I think we just did. I think we established how much
I guess you can.
Yeah. Awesome, man. I think that's all we kind of wanted to cover. I mean, feel like we kind of did a lot on this show, but anything else you want to impart on people? If you want to give your socials or anything, if you want to reach out to you, which maybe you don't want them to, but you're more than welcome to say whatever you want.
Sure. Yeah, I'm pretty easy to find. I'm just Edgy Armo at Edgy Armo on all social accounts because I'm Armenian and I'm edgy, as I like to say. But yeah, just a lame Armenian over here that collects toys. But yeah, at Edgy Armo.
That would be as a cool name, lame Armenian on Instagram. So.
But yeah, I mean, and if you see me at the Bandai booth, please just stop by, say hi. I'd love to talk toys. I mean, you guys like to do the show in 90 minutes or less, and I took it 20 minutes over. I apologize. That's
no, not at all. Best 20 minutes I've ever had.
I'm a rambler.
Yeah. Rambling man. You'll be at New York Comic Con?
Yes, and I can't wait. It's one of my favorite shows.
What can we expect for the booth at Comic Con?
Ooh, so okay, it's gonna be cool. We haven't announced anything yet, but there's something that I'm so freaking excited about, and I will tell you what it is when I see you there.
Okay, okay.
But trust me, it was really cool. I could give. I want to give you a hint, but
little hint.
Can't.
You
Okay.
can't.
Do it. Can't do it.
Yeah, I can't. I don't want to get
Don't risk it.
Not gonna do it.
Not for this guy.
Yeah.
Not
Oh
gonna
man,
do it.
but it's really
Why
cool.
not? I'm a good guy.
You're a good guy, but not that good.
I can't get fired from my dream job, man.
That's true. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Don't risk it. Don't risk the biscuit. But it's gonna be awesome. That's all you're saying. It's gonna be awesome.
Are you gonna be in New York Comic Con, Michael?
That's
Are you
the
gonna
plan.
cover it for us?
I would love to. Yeah, that's the plan. I'll be out there.
Make it happen.
It's gonna
Michael.
happen.
Let's get you there.
Oh yeah, we'll get me there. We'll get the first class subway train to New York Comic Con. So
There you go.
yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, and you were gonna ask him something.
Ask him something.
Yeah, I saw you opening your mouth.
No.
Oh, I guess you're just taking a big breath.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's what it was. And any parting words for our viewers and for Justin there?
Justin, thanks so much for being on here. We really appreciate your time, and thanks for sharing and checking out all these awesome, cool figures. Unfortunately, Michael,
Figures are not included, Justin.
sorry, Justin.
You go empty-handed.
Oh, that's okay.
You lose.
Goodbye. Sorry, Justin.
Good day, sir.
Yeah. You get nothing.